Game like that, at what point do you start thinking that you were going to go in?
I never want to think about it too much because you never know how games will go. But the way we came out and the way we were playing today, I mean, at the end of the first half, I was like, man, maybe this one game I might get in.
Do you go into games thinking when you hear the scouting report or you read about them, thinking this might be one I get to play in?
Sometimes I think about it, but not too much. I just want to win the game for real.
You've had several years here where you don't play a whole lot, and obviously you know that's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But a game like today, does it kind of make it all worth it?
Yeah, days like today, my teammates playing well, and then we're up by a lot, and I'll get in. I love it. I think last year against, I want to say Tulane, I got about 6 minutes or something like that too. So yeah, it definitely makes it worth it.
Is this the first time you can remember thinking at halftime that you might get in? That early?
Yeah, I think so. I think we played real well against the team last year, and I was thinking about that too. So.
Kevin, what did the scouting report say against this team?
They're a good team. I think they were picked to win the conference. They got 2 all-league players on the team, so it was just basically don't underestimate our opponent. Let's try to keep them out the lane. Basically what we do every day, smother them with defense. It's not necessarily about them. We've been stressing this more about us, our defense, smothering people, and learning how to win when the shot's not falling. Today, that's what we wanted to do. We put up 50-plus deflections, which is, for us, is like scoring 50 points in the game. So it's very important for us, and we was able to accomplish one of our goals today.
You probably don't know this, so I'm surprised if you did, but that's the 5th highest point total in school history that you get today.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's awesome, man. Definitely being a senior, but it's more just today I felt that we had a good rhythm. Offensively, defensively, was communicating, and like I said, we got to our goal, which was 40-plus deflections, and today we got 50-plus, so I can lead the gym with a big smile today.
How much of a spark lately have Justin and Trey been giving you guys off the bench? It seems like they provide a little bit different energy when they come in and get things started.
Yes, man. Speed and athletic demons, man. Playing against them every day, that's one run and one can jump out the gym. So when they come in and they just do what they do, they start to find a rhythm. Trey's starting to find his points on the floor and improving. So that'll be great for us going deep down in the season now, where people might not expect them to do that, and we need that coming off our bench definitely, defensively and offensively.
How would your second 5 do against your first 5?
You guys compete. I'm not gonna lie, they compete every day in practice with us, and they give us problems, to be honest. So it's great to have a 5 unit like that where you can compete every day, and they find our weaknesses as what we call it, the black team versus the red team. They find our weaknesses, and I know they can play. These guys are good, and we expect them to do what they did today.
Who's black and who's red?
Starting 5 is black,
Black, okay.
Second 5 is red. Yeah.
Would the red team have given you as good a game today as FDU did?
No lie, yeah, that'll be a tough game. That'll be a tough game, but that's no knock on FDU, man. That's a great team with great players as well. But those guys come to play, and they got Bearcats syndrome, so they're not going nowhere, man. They pretty tough.
How these past 2 games, the bench has scored 107 points, and that's been something in the big games that hasn't translated. What do you tell those guys when things step up, when conference play starts? We need this version of you, not the passive version.
Yeah, it's all a process, man. Just being a player and being an older guy, I understand some of the things they go through. I just tell them to continue to stay aggressive, stay confident. You got coach, you got fans, you got parents. It's a lot on the plate, but I gotta tell them, man, just go out and play like you play in practice, man. Relax. Regardless if the shot go in or not, let's play some defense. Let's do the intangibles, getting rebounds, deflections, and hey, the game will work itself out, man. You never know what day you get. Some shots go in, sometimes they don't. But just stay with it, and at the end of the day, our main goal is to win. So as long as we do that, we'll all be happy.
What was your reaction, and Zack, I wanted to start with you, just kind of a question for both of you guys. I saw your reaction on the Jacob Evans one-handed hoop.
Oh, yeah.
Just what was your reaction on that?
I was just shocked because I didn't even really see it. when I was looking at like towards half court or whatever, and I saw Troy lob it up to him because I didn't even see him coming, and he threw it. I mean, it was a nice play.
ESPN top 10 right there.
Yeah.
You guys see him do that kind of stuff, I know, but to see that happen in a game, Kevin, like that, just what is it like for you as a player, as a teammate of his?
Oh man, that get me excited. That get me going. That get the juices flowing when I see
Yeah.
stuff like that. So that was good to see. To be honest, we was replaying that in the locker room about 5 minutes ago. So we're gonna be watching that a couple times today.
Kevin, I think all 4 years, you struggled a little bit in November,
Mhm.
and then December hits, and you start to take off. What is it? I mean, where does that come from? Is it
Just
finding a rhythm, or
Yeah,
too much pressure on yourself?
a little bit of both, man. I'm a rhythm player. Just slowing down. I'm just starting to get in my rhythm, man. Understanding my spots on the floor, picking, and also just going after practice, standing, shooting, trying to get my rhythm and just learning the game. Not taking too much into consideration, but just playing ball and definitely want to win. And now some shots starting to fall. It's little things, man. Little things that you always got to go back and watch. And Coach David's been helping me with my shot and my technique again. So it's just today I was able to go in and that give me some more confidence behind the line.
Kevin, you had 15 by halftime. That's your career high. Did you feel going into the game? Were you feeling good about?
I go into every game feeling well. Like I said, I don't always depend on making shots. At the end of the day, I want to win. I want to play defense, provide energy, and get some steals and some easy points as well. So when the ball go in, I just honestly take my game to another level and just help me do what I want to do for my team.
Zach, did you pull Justin aside and let him know you were open and take that behind the back pass?
There was that, but when I set that screen for him, I told him every day, I'm like, I set a screen for you. I was like, I'll get you open. I'll get you open for a bucket.
Did you tell him you should have passed it? Yeah, you did. You faked it behind the back.
Nah, cause he shouldn't have passed it the first time. Cause the guy was playing me the first time, that's why I got into a charge or whatever. So the guy kept playing me both times, so I let him score.
Thanks, fellas.
And thank you.
I'll say in all seriousness, Fairleigh Dickinson's leading Ohio State at halftime and loses by 10. So we tried to prepare for a team that was picked to win their league. And this year our guys have done a great job of focusing on our opponent and treating everybody with great respect. I think it's because we got tremendous maturity and kids on our team. We have just a very mature group of guys. Secondly, when you look at us statistically, shooting 48% from the field coming into today as a team, but only shooting 30 from the three-point line. We're an unselfish team. We pass the ball, but we just have not made open shots. That's really the truth of a lot of our games, even in some wins. And it's been my feeling that if Kevin could get going and Jaron could get going from the perimeter to join what Jacob Evans has been doing, with Kyle and Gary inside, that we got a chance to get a lot better with this and be a devastating team at times when we can shoot the ball. But you got to make open shots. That's the name of the game. And today we did that. And then the second thing is we've been working hard on trying to smother teams with more ball pressure and be out in the passing lane a lot more. The guys did a great job of that today. So both the things we're trying to work on. I told him I thought if we were more aggressive on defense and we got more deflections and we got our hands out in the passing lanes, that we would shoot the ball better because we would get lost in the game of hustle and we wouldn't be worried about whether we're making or missing open shots. So I still think we have a lot of room for improvement. Obviously, we were hitting on all cylinders today.
I think your bench had 4 points against Butler, and since then they've had 107 in the last 2 games. Is that them?
Can I ask you guys a question? What's the date today?
19.
Okay.
17.
17. Okay. Write that down. I'm going to wonder how many times I'm going to come to a press conference and be asked about the Butler
Well,
game.
I'm not asking. I'm saying they've scored 107.
I'm
points
teasing
in
you.
I know, in the 2 games.
And you
since.
referenced the Butler game. It was 3 games ago. So all I can tell you is we got 2 or 3 freshmen come off the bench: Nasir, Trey, and Jaron. Justin is a sophomore, so we have a young bench. They're getting better. As time goes on, I thought Trey Scott in the first half and Justin Jennifer in the first half changed the tempo of the game. So one thing, you know, Jaron gives a scoring punch off the bench. Trey and Justin give us quickness off the bench, and they're just quicker than Troy and Gary. So they're able to change the tempo of what we do with our defense. Now, obviously, when they play the way they did on offense, it can be devastating. You know, have a snowball effect on a team. To answer the question, when we play somebody in the top 25 to win on the road and to get where we're trying to go, we're going to have to be 8 or 9 strong because we don't have 5 lottery picks. We're not Duke. Okay, so for us to reach our potential, we've got to be a 9-deep team and be able to do that against a high level opponent and be able to play with the same confidence, the same execution against any high level opponent. That for us to get where we're trying to go, for us to win our league tournament and try to get ready to be a significant team in March, those guys are going to be the difference for us.
How does the red team do against the black team in practice?
They beat them a lot because Kane Broom's on that team as well. And he was player of the year in his league last year, averaged 24 a game.
You have.
And he might be our most talented player. So you can't guard him. So, and he's also a basketball savant. So if I could bring them back in here, they would tell you they're so competitive with it now that, like yesterday, as soon as we got done with our skill stuff and went to go 5-on-5, it was immediately as Troy turned to the black team, and it was like we were getting ready to play a game. Like it's gotten to that point with them because it's so competitive. Because I think Red had won like 2 or 3 in a row on them. Red being the guys off the bench and Kane.
Is it as competitive as it's been since you've been here?
Yes,
In that regard?
probably so. Well, back in 2011, 12, Larry Davis and we had seniors coming off the bench that year.
Sweet 16 year.
No, that was the year UConn won it all. Kimball Walker get 31 on us, but I thought that year if we could have won that game, I thought we could have done the same thing UConn did. There was no dominant team that year. It was a wide open deal. They beat us in a tough game, but anyway, it's been. I would tell you, having Kane really helps practice. It really helps practice.
You just briefly speak about Tobler. He tied his career high with 5 points.
What the key is use of the shot fake. So the inside joke on the team is Coach Savino has been trying for 4 years, begging our guys to shot fake on the 3-point shot when a guy's running at you and get fouled. So if you notice, the whole bench was staring and pointing at Darren when it finally happened. I mean, it started with Luke Hancock used to do it at Louisville, and we were trying to get guys to do it on our team. Where our guys shot fake, get out of the way of the contact, and then shoot another 3. So Zack gave Coach Savino a little Christmas present there.
Was it good to see him, come in and do well?
Zack's the best. He's a tremendous kid. He's an honor student. Told me I should have played him against Butler, since you want to reference Butler every time I walk in here. Because Nate Fowler had 0 against him when Covcath beat Mahler like 3 years, or 5, whenever that happened back in Zack's high school career. So, no, he's a great kid. So, but I just think that, this important time for all teams over the next couple weeks with no school to get better, to continue to improve. Because conference play is a different animal. We got Marshall coming in, who's a very high-scoring team next week, and then we open the season. 2 of our first 3 are at Temple, at Houston. They're very good teams.
Did you learn anything about your team today?
I was just happy for them. These guys, I know they share the ball. So like on my radio, people say, well, it's impressive. We've been sharing the ball. We just haven't made open shots consistently. So I was happy for them with that. I think that the more our bench guys can continue to get comfortable and confident in how important, and realize how important they are to this team, I think that we got a chance to really improve as the season goes on. obviously the competition's going to get a lot steeper.
One more bit. What did you say a good deflection game for you is? 40?
40. We had 30 plus at half.
And you had how many?
But we had been on a three game run of not getting 40.
How many
So
total
we end
did you have?
up with 50 plus.
50 plus.
Yeah, I don't have it in front of me, or I'd give it to you.
So you like 40?
We haven't lost in 5 years when we've gotten 40 deflections. We haven't had a loss in 5 years, so. Thanks, guys.